Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Intuit TurboTax.
NFL Primetime. The Bay Area buzz all week with a fresh Super Bowl. But in the end, it was the team with the best defense, the Seattle Seahawks, which is in their DNA. The new Seahawks of Coach Mike Macdonald, quarterback Sam Darnold. Celebration. The new Seahawks have left a mark here in the Bay Area. Mike Vrabel's Patriots were valiant, but they were in the end a little overwhelmed, as was their quarterback Drake May. But they will be back, nothing to hang their heads on. Meanwhile, better need a towel for the Gatorade bath for Coach Macdonald. Cooper Kupp back as a Super Bowl champ, this time with a different NFC West team in the family. DeMarcus Lawrence, the Seattle defense, Clint Kubiak, offensive coach, probably moving on in a day or two. Green, blue, confetti, and the Lombardi Trophy going back 12 years later to the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Fireworks on defense and redemption, if you will. First quarterback to play all playoffs without one turnover. And that's your backdrop, and welcome everybody as Chris Berman, Alex Smith, Booger McFarland. We saw, I don't want to say a clinic, but you said it to me, Booger. Give me a little credit somewhere along the line. I said, start watching that defense this October. You said sometimes the game goes kind of the way you thought it might.
You know, Boom, when we tried to break this game down, we thought about how was this game going to play out. We knew Seattle was the more talented team. We knew Seattle had the better defense. We just wondered, could Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels come up with some type of scheme to slow this Seattle team down? And the answer was absolutely not. The game played out exactly how most people thought it would.
It did, Boog, but for me, again, you still had 2 weeks. This Patriot offense had been good all year. I mean, what were they, the number 2 scoring offense in the NFL? Obviously, a lot of talk about their strength of schedule, and then they run into this juggernaut defense today. And really, I mean, the statistics are deceiving. This was not close. I mean, here in person, they got after him all game, right? They couldn't handle him up front. At no time did this Patriots offense have any rhythm or even semblance of a plan of how to attack this defense. Again, hats off to this unit, Mike Macdonald, what he's brought to Seattle, the mentality that this front has, this dark side defense. Again, they took over tonight.
You know, I don't know about you, but it almost seemed as if the Patriots played tentative because they were afraid to drop back and throw the football because they couldn't block them up front. And when they couldn't run the football, now they're searching. There was a 3rd and 1, Boom. They threw a 10-yard back shoulder fade on 3rd and 1.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? 3rd and 1. 1 yard is 3 feet. So they didn't really have a plan. And when the initial plan failed, they just started searching and searching, and they never found anything.
I thought they were tentative. I thought Drake May, again, listen, he's the 2nd youngest quarterback to ever play in the Super Bowl. It's a tough environment. But offensively, again, it was almost like they were coaching him not to make the mistake, right? Don't go out there and make the mistake. And anytime you play a defense like this, that's this aggressive, again, it's going to snowball on you. You almost have to match the aggressiveness, right? And we saw it in the second half when they had nothing to lose. Finally, they make some plays because you got to push it downfield, and he's got to use his legs. But again, too much. This group up front, that D-line was just...
Well, look, and Seattle never led New England in a meeting like, here's a turnover, there was a clean game. Look, the Patriots defense held them afloat for as long as they could. But we will have Seattle defensive players. We'll have Coach Macdonald. But I do want to say this. And, Boogie, you played on, Tampa, outstanding defense. This great defense to the eyeball is not quite like some of the others through recent history. I mean, I could go back to the Steel Curtain. I don't really want to go that far. But they're suffocating. But here's a team that coming in the regular season, nobody had more than 7 sacks. It's not, oh my God, here's Reggie White, Bruce Smith. I mean, we could go on. Here's Myles Garrett. That's not their type of defense. Every level is suffocating. And does it break? Could you feel the will of the Patriots and the teams that the Seahawks have played this year, 49ers in particular, just gets, if not broken, gets really bruised?
There are some similarities with all great defenses. You have to have playmakers at all 3 levels. They do. you have to have a dominant defensive line. When you talk about, especially on the interior, okay, on the edge, you got Nwosu. Inside, you got Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams, Reed. You got to have waves on the second level. Ernest Jones, hello? Yeah. Making tackles sideline to sideline. And then you have to be able to cover people on the back end. Witherspoon, Woolen, they have guys that can cover. So, boom, even though they don't have the makings of maybe some of the names of those other defenses, not yet, what they have is playmakers on all three levels, and it all starts up front.
A couple things, I think that actually makes them more dangerous, Boom. Like, in the sense that, like, when I'm playing Myles Garrett, right, like, the game plan's easy. We're going to double this guy. We're going to chip him. Who are you doubling? Right, who are you chipping? They're coming from everywhere. Devin Witherspoon, he had a sack and then he caused the pick six, right, coming off the edge. He was an animal. Like, you know, it's hard to stop these guys. And then from a scheme standpoint, they're so good, it's not complex, right? Again, this is just a four-man rush. We're just better than you up front, right? And again, time and time again, when it was third down, here you see it. Witherspoon off the edge. You had the sack earlier. This one obviously leads to what they're calling a pick six. Looked like a sack fumble to me, but obviously a game-changing play nonetheless. But again, they're so talented, they don't even have to overwhelm you with scheme a lot of times. It's like line up and cover two, and we'll beat you, almost like your days in Tampa, right? Like, I think that is a signature of an elite defense, and they have that.
They can come at you in a multitude of ways. They have a four-man rush that can get after you. And then when the master defensive mind, Mike Macdonald, because he's been brilliant defensively, it's one thing to collect the talent. It's another thing to put the talent in position to make plays. And schematically, when they make those calls to bring Witherspoon off the slot, it's an outstanding call off the short side of the field. Josh McDaniel had no answer for that. So you talk about the talent, also talk about the job that Mike Macdonald did, putting them in position to make plays.
No doubt. And again, I think it was evident all night. You almost, the fact, oh, here we go. Let's go.
Congratulations, baby. Congrats. Absolutely, without a doubt.
The man. What's up, bro?
Jackson Smith and Jigba, long time no see. Congratulations, champion. How you feeling? Wait, we'll get a mic on you. It's all. You got a shirt. Look what you get by coming to the Super Bowl and playing with this team, huh? And hold on, you're all set. Here, I mean, like the first Niner game, 3 for 19. This time, it looked like they concentrated on you, but other guys stepped up. I mean, it's whatever it takes, isn't it, with this team, offense and defense is better.
Whatever it takes, you know, that's something that we've been preaching, something that I believe in. And you saw a complete team today. You know, I feel like we're the best team in the world, and we wanted to show that. And I'm a small part of this thing. Whatever they need from me, I'm going to, you know, do my best. But we got guys all over the field. K9, special. Charbonnet, those guys up front, amazing job. Sam Darnold, super happy for him. And best defense in the world, special teams. You know, it takes all of us, and, you know, we're in this thing together.
When you watch your defense play like they did tonight, like they have the whole second half of the year, I mean, in almost every game, what are you thinking? Thank God I don't have to play against them?
Thank God. Thank God I have a great defense, honestly. I mean, defense wins championships, and those guys are elite from the D-line all the way to the secondary. And, you know, we definitely sharpen our tools with them, getting prepared for the season, and, you know, that's what you've seen tonight.
Well, listen, hold on. We got a guy that you might know.
There he is.
Sam Darnold.
Guy. MVP.
Congratulations.
Congrats, brother. Yeah,
we're going to get a mic on Sam. We're going to get quarterback to quarterback. And you know what, Sam, as you get set and take a seat, because, my goodness, you've deserved it. First quarterback ever to play all playoffs clean. No turnover. Clean. You're clean. And then what was it about? It was different. They took him away. But it was the game for Mr. Walker for you.
No doubt. I think it's just kind of been how it's been all year, to be honest. Like, especially towards the back half of the season, I feel like, you know, whenever we would get in the slump or they would take something away on offense, that's when our run game would get going. And our offensive line just continuing to build their chemistry together every single day. That was something that really stuck out to me. And then this guy, man, I mean, coming in every single day, no matter what the circumstances, no matter if they're double covering him, clouding over the top of him, or just, you know, trying to take him away. He was always so patient throughout the season, and, you know, that's a real leader. And it's just special. It's a special group of guys, special locker room, and I think that's how ultimately we got it done.
Dude, Sam, I just want to I'm trying to put this in perspective myself for you, right? Like, again, I feel like I have so much empathy. And you've heard it a bunch leading up to the Super Bowl, again, right? Like your journey, the top pick, traded, benched. You were at the Super Bowl as a backup 2 years ago. All you've done is win 31 games, right? Obviously, Minnesota, we know what happened there. To actually be here sitting in this chair, you're wearing the shirt, you got the hat on, you just looked at yourself in the Lombardi, man. Like, what is going on? What's going on right now? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm not usually a crier or an emotional person.
Go for it.
No, I'm not going to cry right now, Boom. But man, like, just to be able to share a moment just now, like 5 minutes ago with my parents and Katie, my fiance, like my parents, they believed in me. They believed in me from when I was a child playing this game. I would make mistakes. I would make mistakes off the field too. They know it. And you know, they would teach me lessons and all these things throughout life, and they just believed in me, you know, throughout my entire career. And I credit them to why I'm still here, why I'm still chasing this dream, because they always believed in me, and it allowed me to believe in myself.
Just from a self-confidence standpoint, Sam, your journey, you go to Minnesota, you play well. I know you wanted to stay there. It didn't work out there. Then you come out here, and now you're a Super Bowl champion. To go from that to now, just personally, how does it feel?
I mean, shoot, dude, winning the Super Bowl is pretty special. You know, it doesn't get any better than that in sports, in my opinion. And but it's not because of me. It's because of the guys. Yeah. You know, it's just because of the locker room and the coaches. You know, it's just like the perfect blend of people that are in that building every single day, from the top down. Yeah. You know, from Jody all the way down. So it's just a special group, and I can't say that enough.
You know, we hear this all the time, and I was up there with you guys, not just because I like salmon, but I wanted to see how good this team was all the way around, as you know. What is it? There are very few teams that speak like our offense and our defense and our special teams. We're all one. That's nice to say sometimes. It's hard really to do, and you guys played the game. What is it, and you can both answer this one, what did you feel right away? Hey, you just got here in the summer, or the spring. What did you guys feel, and how together is it? Can you put it into words? Because I've heard it from October on.
Man, it's just something special. I think what we did off the field, you know, it was something I've never been a part of, and something you can just see united us. And, you know, we preach 12 as one. We want to go out there and, you know, play for each other. And we really believe that. And, you know, it's just awesome to go out there and do it, you know, every single Sunday. And, you know, I could see it from the jump, honestly. And, you know, it's just a blessing to go out here with Sam, and the way he's came in and led his troops is something that, you know, I'll never forget.
What did you see right away in this, Sam?
Yeah, I think, like, again, like you said, Boom, it's a lot of it can be coach talk, you know. You guys know, like, you always try every single offseason, okay, you know, we're building a team. It's going to be, you know, three groups, you know, special teams, defense, offense. We got to play as one. We got to play complementary football, yada, yada. We've heard it all. But I think the leaders that we have at every position group is really special. Like, we have guys that, you know, we have the leaders and the older veterans that we're pushing that message every single day. And I think, you know, guys like Jax, Leonard Williams, Jaron Reed, Devin Witherspoon, Kobe Bryant, Ernest Jones on defense, and then, you know, we got a ton of guys on offense. You know, Cooper Kupp, Charles Cross, all those guys. You know, it's special.
Can we see a Super Bowl smile? Go ahead. Congratulations.
No doubt who is champions, fellas. No doubt.
Thank you.
Jax, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Congratulations. Yeah. You know that.
Big time.
Well,
absolutely, no doubt.
That's offense. Of course, we have the MVP, Kenneth Walker, that we talk on. Coach McDowell. Let's see. Wait a minute. We got some guys that have made some tackles coming up. Ernest.
Yeah.
Congrats, bro.
What's up, man? Congratulations, man.
Hey, congratulate. No, we're going to go through it. You know that. Ernest Jones, number 13, middle. Well, and the 12s were here helping you a little bit.
Oh, man, they were loud.
But congratulations, champ.
Thank you.
11 tackles.
Who had 11?
You, bro.
Somebody,
Come on, baby.
somebody, you.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
That sounds great.
His defense. And you had a shutout for a long time. I understand that's not what you're planning to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
What could you see in their eyes third quarter? Give them credit. They put some points up late, but could you see there was just frustration like, that's not going to work. That's not going to. What did you see?
You started getting a sense of that, once we kept getting after Drake. But, man, those front four, they were rushing their butts off today. Man, they took care of business on their own.
Did.
They made problems for Drake. And, man, you could tell all throughout the week, we've been asking ourselves, what can they possibly do to beat us? And today, they didn't give us too much.
Well, Booger, so Boog played on the Tampa Bay defense. It was pretty darn good.
What's it like to be on a defense that dominant? Because you were known for standing at the podium and say, Sam, that's my quarterback. Regardless of what happened, that's my quarterback.
Right.
What did you see in Sam, and what did you guys on defense see that say, you know what, regardless of what happens on that side of the ball, we got it?
Seen a guy that comes into work, man, he's there before a lot of guys. And I knew he cared. Man, at the end of the day, I've been around a lot of guys that don't care.
Yeah.
Sam cares about football more than anybody. So it was easy for me to step out there because I knew he had my back. I knew as I was stepping on that sword for him, he had my back. And this defense, the first day of OTAs, we broke up in groups and we said, hey, if we're not the best defense in the league when this year is over with, this is a failure. And we're here, and I believe we are.
No doubt about it.
You guys left, no doubt. When I know you said that. Okay, it starts in OTAs, but you guys lose your opener. You're 3-2 after 5 games. Like, when in this season did it click? Not just for this defense, but this team. When did you really say, like, man, I think we got a chance to go the distance?
We've been feeling this way. Even when we lost, guys were like, we were in shock because we were like, boy, how? Well, of course, we went back to it, went back to the drawing board. And I'd say, honestly, once we had that situation in that Rams game, when we defended each other the way we did, that told us all we needed to know about this team. Let's go win it all right now. We didn't lose a game since that day. So
game of the year.
Yeah.
Man.
As we got into this film and everybody was breaking it down, we said the weak link of the Patriots team was the left side of the offensive line. Particularly, we can get after them. As you guys are watching the tape, and now that the game is over, we can talk a little game plan. What was the game plan going against this team? How are we going to get after this quarterback?
I think for us, it was the biggest thing I think we talked about all week is you can't get scared of Drake's legs. We can't go to sending extra guys, having people rat all over the place just for him. Those front four guys, for us to be successful, y'all got to go rush. Go do what you do, and those guys came out there today and did just that.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Almost every first down you guys play, 1st and 10s, cover 2, right? And yet you guys still stuff the run.
Yeah.
Right. You guys are light in the box, and as the middle linebacker, what kind of mindset do you have in there on 1st and 10? That you're still going to stop the run even though you're short?
That's my game, man. That running, you don't run the ball on me, and you don't run the ball on none of these guys. So my mindset is, man, you make it unbearable for you to run the ball.
Yeah.
Refresh my memory. Offense sells tickets.
Defense wins. Championship.
Because I forgot. I just
Dominated
wanted to remind America that you won one of these with the Rams, but
Yes.
this is the one. You're the green helmet. You're the middle of the suffocating defense.
Yes, sir, I love it.
So do we blame you?
I'll take the blame. I'll take it.
Congratulations.
Thank y'all.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Pleasure.
Hey, congrats.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Heck of a job, man. I
Appreciate
love
it.
how y'all play that defense.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ernest Jones IV, the Seattle Seahawks. Listen, other than the 2 Ram games, while he's sitting here, let's just go backwards. 13 in the Super Bowl, right? Rams. San Francisco, 6-3. Carolina, 10. This is the points you're giving up. Indy, 16. Atlanta, 9. Minnesota, shutout.
I said it's
For the
pretty
2
good.
Rams games, that's
pretty
the
good.
end of the season.
That's good. I love that.
Yes.
I knew you'd like that.
Yes, sir.
Go celebrate with your teammates.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all
Thanks
for
for
having me,
having
man. Yes.
All right, the middle linebacker of the most suffocating defense that we have seen in quite a while. Coach McDonald, Gatorade, 29-13, the Seahawks over the game, but young Patriots, and much more coming here from Santa Clara on NFL Primetime.
NFL Primetime is presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes.
back here at the Big Bell Bottom, Levi Stadium. Leonard Williams, Seattle defense suffocating as they've been all year long. Fewest points allowed in football, to the chagrin of Mike Vrabel and the Patriots. Mike McDonald, a defensive savant in his 30s as head coach. Sam Darnold as Super Bowl champ. And we are here, 29-13, the Seattle Seahawks have it's not so much avenge what happened 11 years ago, but they beat the team that beat them 11 years ago, and so Seattle has won their second Super Bowl championship, doing it again on defense. Well, you heard Ernest Jones say it. He stole my thunder. Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. In case you missed the game for some reason, that's what we're here for in NFL Primetime with Alex and Booger. And here come the NFC champ Seahawks and the AFC champion New England Patriots. Drake May, Sam Darnold ready to do it. Opening drive was Seattle. Darnold looking for Cooper Kupp. Beautiful catch, 23 yards on the play, sets up field goal 3-0.
I thought it was an outstanding game plan by Clint Kubiak early on. They moved the ball and even went tempo early on in the game, Boom.
Now the Patriots have the ball. Derek Hall, and these sacks weren't 2 yards, they were like 10 yards.
And this was kind of the story early here. Drake May holding on to the ball, that four-man rush getting home. A little cautiousness there for me.
Patriots punted away. Darnold looking for Jackson Smith and Jigba, but the overthrow on this play, even though Sam shook himself free, and it was,
really good job by Sam shaking free. If he'd have had a little more time, that was a touchdown.
So the Seahawks punt. All of a sudden, we're settling into one of these games. 3-0, second quarter. Darnold looking for Rashid Shaheed, but Christian Gonzalez played a really fine game back there, made the play.
This is a phenomenal play. This ball is up in the air, 50 yards downfield. To be diving and get your hand on that ball, unbelievable.
Next play, this was the star offensive player by 461 yards total for the guy they call K9, Kenneth Walker. 30-yard gain, first down Seattle. Early in the second quarter still, Walker. Open space and whoop, and then whoop, and he's outside, 29 yards, setting up another Myers field goal, 6-0 Seahawks. Under 11 minutes to go in the half. May, this is Riley Mills. These aren't the biggest names necessarily.
No doubt, but they were dominating inside, and you can see again Riley Mills taking the left guard, powering him back to the quarterback. They dominated the interior of the Pats offensive line.
And so Morgan Moses, Patriots trying to get it together. Now we're less than 40 seconds in the first half. Darnold to Kupp. It's still a 6-0 gain at 7 yards. Getting toward the red zone. We must say that the Patriots, for 2-3 quarters, Seattle got close to the red zone, but their defense stood very tall. Looking for Smith and Jigba. Again, it's Gonzalez.
Another great play here by Christian Gonzalez. Ball left a little inside. I'm sure Sam wants that one back, but great defense.
But Jason Myers, boy, they're kickers and punters. I mean, Dixon had a great game punting. Myers perfect with field goals. That's 41 yards, 9-0 at the half. Not quite Pittsburgh 2, Minnesota 0 at the half in a game in the 70s that I remember, but close.
Bonds, Bonilla, Van Slyke all hit 3-run homers. Boom.
There you go. Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Would he start to open up? First drive, third quarter, 16 yards. Sam, swing, Walker. He's hardly walking. He's rolling. 20 yards, first down, Seahawks. 4th and 9, so it's a 41-yard field goal. Kicking, all these were off the paint, but it didn't matter. Myers, good again. Myers, rum, good. 12-0. It's a good mixer. Now, Darnold, the shadow of his goalpost, the swing to Smith and Jigba. He's in pain on the sideline. Would have to be evaluated for concussion. But he would return. Under 4 minutes left, third quarter. The defense still pitching a shutout. 3rd and 4, Patriots own 33. Keyshawn Wute, it's incomplete. 3 straight 3-and-out Seattle defense.
And Drake May seemed a little bit off all night long, Boom.
Well, we know why. Now May knocked out by Derek Hall. Byron Murphy to second. Again, names you don't really know until tonight.
It speaks to their depth, Boom. 6 sacks on the night. The sack calls fumble, the trifecta there, and Drake May. The frustration of a loss is starting to set in.
And so first turnover, New England. McDonald thrilled. Early 4th, same drive. Now Would it be time for a touchdown to essentially put it away? The barn burner. You talked about him this morning, Alex.
I thought there was so much attention on JSN. Great job. A.J. Barner never comes off the field. He's a phenomenal blocker in the run game. Sets up this play-action pass, and a great ball by Sam.
19-0 Seahawks. This is what they do. They're like a python. Their grip gets better and more dangerous. But give New England credit. May running for his life, but making plays, gets 6 yards with his legs. Stephon Diggs shoved down by Joby. They begin to jaw. Hello, how you doing? What are you doing after the game?
Frustration, Boom. That's all that is. Frustration.
You know, hardly any flags. Neither received a penalty on this. At least it was not a flag fest. May later drive. You know who was a big receiver? Mac Hollins. He could have played barefoot. He decided to put on cleats, and after catching a deep ball, he caught another one for a touchdown. 35 yards, 19-7, maybe a ball game. Under 10 minutes to go. 3rd and 6, own 21. May looking for a gap. Picks up 16 yards. Patriots rolling. Mike, you might want to see this. You're going to enjoy it. 2nd and 3, Patriots. May looking for Kyle Williams, but might as well face it. You're addicted to Love. Julian Love with the pick, and he'll take it back to the 38. May struggling under pressure. Who wouldn't? Seahawks get the ball back in Patriots territory. 4th and 4 from the 8. You know, well, here's the play again, Boog.
I thought that was a big force by Drake May. He had just made a big run with his legs. He forced one down the middle.
Jason Myers, good. Again, perfect. Complimentary football. We said it before, the kickers, the punters. Oh, by the way, the defense, and now the offense doing it. Myers, Super Bowl record 5 field goals, 22-7. And now, there's the defense. Look at this. Coach Mike McDonald is here. You tell us what happened.
Spoon making a play. Chin in the right spot. Touchdown Seahawks.
They had no answer for Witherspoon blitzing all night long.
How's that look?
That's pretty awesome.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
29-7, a defensive score. Yeah, we know it's just a matter of time. Whatever the final score will be, the Patriots were game. Drake May's going to Stephon Diggs with a hard hit to the Patriots in the red zone. And then Ramondre Stevenson, a touchdown. Which,
that's a bummer.
I don't know, it looked like...
Wish it would have matched out a little better.
They didn't look though.
I was wondering what happened on that one.
They didn't look. I thought it might have hit the ground, but it didn't, I guess.
It didn't matter.
They went for 2, they didn't get it. Onside kick.
George Halani. How about George Halani? Shout out, great play.
2:20 left. Seattle would punt, but still, this is going to end it. Keep him in bounds. Henderson tackled. We didn't know what color the Gatorade would be. I bet on green, but then again, it was kind of green, kind of, yellow, green. Coach Vrabel, Coach McDonald, Super Bowl champs, the confetti, respect by both. Big Leonard. You know, you look at the stat sheet, he had 1 tackle. What was wrong with him? Nothing.
Nothing. Guy's an absolute animal. The big cat.
Took on 3 guys. How's that hug?
Unbelievable. That's what it's about right there. Pretty cool.
Coach Mike McDonald, 2nd year with the Seahawks. 1st year Super Bowl champ as head coach. Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend.
Listen, you said that defense played your best game of the year in the San Francisco in the playoffs. This was right there, wasn't it?
It was right there. I mean, it's the way our team just decide, like when they set their mind to something and then they stick together and make it come to life. It's just unbelievable, I'm not surprised. It's just who they are. But it's a special group. And man, I'm happy for them. They get to live as champions the rest of their life. Pretty cool.
Would you describe your defense at all levels? And then I'm going to bring in some guys that know a little more football than me, that's for sure. It's just suffocating. And how do you coach suffocation? I mean, that sounds like a goofy question, but that's kind of what you guys do.
Well, it's about being connected. And when we talk about, like, it's 12 as one, everybody working together, they're unrelenting. And they do it every day. And our coaches do a great job of feeding that mentality, but our players really decided that that's how they want to play football. And they committed to it. And I'm really happy for them that it showed up today because they deserve it.
Mike, I think the hardest thing to do as a new coach is to create a culture. But you've done it, and done it at the highest level in Seattle. How did you do it?
Well, it wasn't just me. That's probably the first thing. I think when you get in my job, you realize very quickly you don't know all the answers. So you find those who do, and my job is to make it come to life and make it come together, and just stay steadfast, towards the vision, what we wanted to create. I mean, John Schneider, unbelievable support. Yeah. Leslie Frazier, incredible. Mike Gervais, Stephen Hauschka were awesome. Jody's been fantastic the whole process. When we were in the fog last year, just guiding us through that whole thing. Our players, our staff, I mean, guys like Mo Kelly, Eric Kennedy, I mean, all those people that just kept the train on the tracks as we were going through all that stuff. Yeah. And then just kept everybody aligned and kept the faith. And that's how we did it. It's pretty awesome.
This is an amazing run, right? Like, again, it's your second year as a head coach, right? People are assistants forever. They all have dreams of being here and wearing this unbelievable jacket and holding up the Lombardi, right? But you did this. You built this. You created that culture. What was that moment like with your team as you finally got them in there in the locker room? Like, to share that, right? Like, that group that started it together and got to the mountaintop, right? You achieved this thing, and you'll have that forever together.
Yeah, that's a shared memory we're going to have the rest of our lives. I think it was powerful, too. Just said an awesome team prayer. You just felt the spirit of our team, and gave the trophy to Sam, broke it down, and now they're celebrating. So it's going to be a fun night.
Yep. Listen, I want you to look at something, Mike, and everybody out there, look at this too. All right, youngest coaches to win a Super Bowl. All right, I'm telling. Well, some guy in your division, some guy who coached for 19 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then some guy who said after you beat the Rams 38-37, look, I'm just a second-year coach. I'm still trying to figure it out.
That's true.
You figured something out.
Yeah, we did it. We figured it out. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. This is bad TV. I got nothing to say.
I'm just super happy. About your quarterback.
Yeah.
What did you guys see this offseason, right? Yeah. And I think even through the rest of the year, right, like the resiliency, I've been amazed by it. I've talked about it, everything that he's been through, the courage that he plays with, right? I think the mindset that he has, and it was on display through the playoffs, the shootout in the NFC Championship game. I thought he was in total command tonight throughout this game, right? Like, and again, obviously the same thing for him, right, to go achieve this. But from your perspective?
Yeah, the whole offseason, I mean, we knew Sam, the talent. We knew Sam, the person, the teammate, the leader. I didn't know Sam, the, like, unrelenting, steadfast player on what he did day in, day out to, like, build our team, build our offense, which is incredible. And then I'll tell you what, just like the feel kind of his, like, aura, energy over the last probably month. I mean, it's just a cool cucumber, man, just absolute stone cold, and just like the confidence you could feel he believed, and it was really just a matter of going to execute. So I'm really happy for him.
I'm gonna jump in the weeds in your wheelhouse here, talking defense. One of the keys of a great defense, you got to be able to stop the run.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you got to do it with a light box.
Yep.
You guys did it a lot tonight.
And in nickel.
On early downs, in nickel, in a light box. What gave you confidence that you guys could do that against this New England team?
What our guys have done all year. I mean, I'm kind of upset we went to base in that backed up first down. It would have been cool to have been in sub the whole game, but when you talk about 12 as one, you have to kind of kick the guy's butt in front of you and then some. And that's how you can play shell defense, and we have the guys that do it. So it makes my job way easy, make the right adjustments, and they play the right way. They play violent, they play physical, they play together. Hard to move the ball in that type of unit.
Is that a challenge for your defense that you guys can stay in nickel, that Nick can stay in the box, your rookie
for sure.
stud, right? Like,
well, they knew that was our vision of what we wanted to create, and they made it come to life. It wasn't easy. But they take a lot of pride in it, like guys like DeMarcus Lawrence, they love that. He just knows that we're in shell, and then he does the rest.
A lot of your wins, and as we'll end with this, were like this: 3-0, 6-0, or 7-0, 10-0, and it's a game. But the other offense is going, I don't want to say nowhere, but I don't know, New England had maybe 150 yards through three quarters. If they had that much, I'm not sure. And then there's the score that made this one 19-0, and it's never over. I get it. But What is it about? What's the talk on the sideline like? Okay, we haven't put it away yet, but let's just tighten. A lot of your wins were just like this one this year.
Yeah, we've come a long way in that area over the last 2 years, but we talk about stacking plays. And circumstances don't affect how we should play. And that's the guys bought in on how they want to play, and that's what the conversation is. Just one, we want to attack the football, but also just, hey, let's keep stacking one play at a time, our style of football, and trust that the results are going to be something that we like. Well,
the dark side defense did turn the lights out, and as you take a look at this, Mike. All right, wait a minute. You'll see this picture a few times. Hold on. Where is it? I was promised. Where are you with? I lied. You're holding the Lombardi Trophy.
That's pretty cool, right there.
There we go.
Was it heavy? Was it like a feather? What did it feel like?
It's a little lighter than I thought, frankly. But the cool part was in the locker room, you could see all the fingerprints on it in the locker room, and that's pretty awesome. Just shows you all the guys had an opportunity to get it and pass it around. It was freaking so cool.
Congratulations.
Well deserved.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, brother. More than you know.
Well,
I appreciate it.
Listen, go enjoy your team.
I
go
will.
Enjoy your family. Go enjoy the Seahawks family. And the parade is in a couple of days. So
Shout out to the 12s. We'll see you in a couple days.
Put on a good tie for that one.
I think I can do that.
Coach McDonald, the Seattle Seahawks, the smiles, the Gatorade. Oh, well, it goes to the dry cleaner. Don't worry about it. And this game, it ain't going to the dry cleaner. We're hanging it up there, 29-13, the champs. The Seattle Seahawks at Super Bowl 60. We'll be back. The Lombardi Trophy to the Seattle Seahawks, and there's your MVP, K9. Kenneth Walker with 135 yards rushing, 161 yards overall, and now this is the list. And Kenneth is here with us. I want you to look at running backs to win the Super Bowl MVP. Congratulations. Terrell Davis, Hall of Fame. Emmitt Smith, leading rusher of all time, Hall of Fame. Otis Anderson, great player. Marcus Allen, Hall of Fame. John Riggins, Hall of Fame. Franco Harris, Hall of Fame. Larry Zonka, Hall of Fame. Evan Kaplan gave us the graphic. You gave us the performance. Congratulations.
I appreciate you so much.
Did you know it would be your number called this much?
Nah. We got so many weapons, so, I thought we was going to spread the ball around, but, I just want to make the best impact on my team whichever way I can.
Well, there were a couple times that we had to give you a whoop. There were a couple of moves that maybe some folks you knew you had, but all of a sudden there was a little bit of daylight and you had them on their heels.
Yeah.
When you get that chance to give that little wiggle, do you find them like going, oh, I didn't know you had that? I mean, what did you feel from them?
Yeah, definitely. When I get a one-on-one, I definitely don't want to be tackled. So I try to make a move and, get north and really try to get in that end zone.
You were north, though. You were going north.
Yeah, I thought it was a dominant performance. I thought you were the best player. Boog and I were talking about it all night offensively. But you're Super Bowl champ. You're Super Bowl MVP, right? Like, this is something that every kid dreams about that wants to play football. What are you feeling right now, man? What's on your heart?
It's just a surreal moment, You go through a lot of adversity in life and in football. So, this year we had a lot of ups and downs, but, as a team, we stuck together and, that brotherhood, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those guys.
You've shared carries throughout the season with Charbonnet. Tonight, into the postseason, we knew it was going to be your turn, especially tonight. Does the mindset change when you know you're the guy in the backfield and it's going to be your night?
Not really. It's unfortunate for what happened to Zach, but my mindset is always how it's been. I just want to make a positive impact and, run the ball hard or catch the ball. However I can make an impact on this team, I want to make an impact.
Man, it was so good. When you get onto the edge like you do so well, this ability to bounce the ball, right, setting it, we saw it time and time again. You've done it so well all year, but again, it showed up especially early. That mindset of getting to the edge, here it is again, right, we're going to get outside. Where does it come from, man? Is it something that's always been innate for you?
Yeah, growing up, I'm always with my pops, so my pops always talked about if everybody going this way, go the opposite way. So I still take that into account. I knew I could set those guys up a certain way. So, watching film helped that a lot too. So studying helped that a lot.
We understand that outside the tackles, again, I don't know who keeps track of this stuff, but the last 20 Super Bowls, you had the most yards rushing outside the tackles. Coach McDonald said in January, quietly, we got to get him in space more. You're in outer space. Was that part of the game plan? There were a couple of you were lined up even a little wider than you are in most of your regular games.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Clint talked about it as well, like when we go on over the plays or what we're going to do this week, and, you know, talked about me getting in space, and it really helped a lot, you know, Clint being able to see what type of player I am and getting me in space and getting the ball in my hands.
And you can see the smile on your lineman's face when they open up a hole like that. They like doing that, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Talk a little bit about your quarterback, man, because everybody, like, he's been one of the most scrutinized players in this league all season. The ups, the downs, but he's continued to show up. Big night tonight, not turning the football over. Just give us a little bit about him.
Honestly, it's inspirational how he continued to keep his composure through everything he's been through. I remember I asked him about his journey. I don't know when I asked, but it was sometime this season. I asked him how did he go through all of that adversity, you know, and how his mindset was during all those times. And honestly, he didn't flinch, you know, and it shows in his game. If he makes a mistake, he continues to keep that same mindset, and that's what you need in a quarterback and a leader of your team.
In your 2 weeks prepping up for this game, obviously they're a tremendous defense as you guys got ready. Did you have a sense that you'd be able to run the ball against them?
Yeah, definitely. I trust in my O-line. I trust in my wide receivers and tight ends. So I seen all week how people would talk about how good they were, and we knew they were a good team. So, you know, we studied film, and, you know, the coaches put us in a great position as well to make plays.
Well, they trusted you.
Yeah.
What did you do? You ended up with the MVP trophy on the championship Super Bowl team. Congratulations.
I appreciate you.
K9.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you were running like a dog looking for some steak, okay? We'll let you guys enjoy the guys in the locker room.
Yes.
Ken, congratulations, man.
Listen,
Thank
by
you.
the way,
you
better get in here because, oh, boy.
They shotgunning.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be a party tonight. Congrats, man.
Well earned, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Much more coming up on Primetime. We'll talk the Patriots. We don't mean to not talk about their magical season, but the magic continues for Seattle here at Levi's Stadium. Yeah, the lights are on, but the dark side turned the lights off. We'll be back.
You're watching NFL Primetime, presented by Intuit TurboTax. Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Intuit TurboTax.
Well, the celebration in the Seattle locker room continues, and why wouldn't it? Dominating win over Mike Vrabel's game, young, and they'll be back. Patriots, AFC champs. Needless to say, they figured they would do what they did in just about every other game this season since late September, and that means win the game. I mean, this was a team that started 1-2. This was a team that won every game since late September except one until tonight. And so, the New England Patriots, yes, they came to win. Yes, they are disappointed. They didn't expect to have this tussle. Well, they knew the Seahawks would be really well coached and well executed, but they thought maybe, just maybe, we can force a turnover. We can do a couple things here and there and turn the tide. After the game, New England, the reality set in.
You know, we had a really, really good year, and one that I'm proud of. But in this game, I don't think is a reflection of our year. I mean, we lost, and we were beat. We were beat, out-coached and outplayed, and give them credit.
I think the people will make the place, and we got great people all around that help us, support staff and great fan base. I'm just glad to have this uniform on and look forward to getting back and playing another one.
So many teams in your life, Drake, has one affected you as much as this group, like this level of emotion?
It's very difficult to process tonight if you're in that locker room, right? They're like, oh my God, we were 17-3, and then we got beat pretty handily. Although we were in the game, but we better do something about it pretty quickly. What do so many young Patriots, I'll start with you, Alex, and you've been there, and Boog, What do they take from tonight when they have a couple of days to process it? I mean, the future's pretty darn bright. Can we start with that?
Yeah, of course. It's a net positive season. It's
right.
Unbelievable. The AFC champs, they came to the Super Bowl. First-year head coach, a second-year quarterback. They won 13 more games than they did a year ago. But there are no consolation prizes in this game, right? There's only one team gets to the mountaintop. They had to sit here and watch this confetti fall on another team, knowing that everything they put in this year, all the breaks, all the stuff they fought through to have a chance at it, right, like slipped through their fingers. And you never know you're going to get back if you're going to get back here, right? Like, again, they are a young team that has a really, really bright future, but nothing's given, you know, and so it's hard. Football is hard and tough, and it's one of the reasons the game is the best. But like watching Drake May right there, it's hard, right, to know what he's going through.
Extremely good season. The future is bright. If you're Mike Vrabel, you sit back and say they were clearly the better team. In order for us to get back here, the offensive line has got to get better. The left side of the offensive line particularly has got to be better. They need more weapons on the offensive side of the football. Defensively, they played good enough to win for a large part of that game.
Yes.
But if you're Josh McDaniels and you got this young quarterback, and Drake May maybe should have won the MVP, but he was second. How do I get the quarterback better? I need to be more explosive on the offensive side of the football. The line has to be better. And Drake May has to take another step. We watched him early in this game. Drake May was very tentative. He's an athletic quarterback. They have to use some of his athleticism. I thought he was throwing footballs all over the field. They were behind guys. They were low. He didn't seem like he ever settled down. And there are a lot of people who thought he was a product of the schedule that they played this year. And this game is only going to fuel that speculation. But good season. Where do they go from here? Boom, they got a lot of work to do because the talent gap we saw tonight was pretty drastic between Seattle and New England. And if you're New England, you got to fix that gap.
The only thing you got to remember, and everybody, is Seattle, even though not a playoff team last year, they won 10 games. So they're going to be deeper than a team that won 8 games over 2 years. So it's not like, well, where is the depth? They clearly were a year ahead of schedule. But if you're Drake May and you're in this game, Alex, Stephon Diggs, like I can't really find him, and Henry, I can't really find them. How much then goes into, okay, now what? Check me inside his head.
Yeah, listen, he's his second-year player. He just went to the Super Bowl. It's his first year with Josh McDaniels. The future is very, very bright. He's going to have trouble sleeping over some of those plays, right? They play back the plays he missed, the fumble, interception, right? But he'll get over that, and they will build off of this. But again, it is a team sport. You don't get to take any of these 17 wins they had this year in the next year, right? You start back over at 0, and you got to go earn everything going forward. But no doubt, I mean, he's a phenomenal player to be in the MVP candidate. Again, as young as he is. This entire team obviously had a phenomenal season, but it stings right now.
It stings a lot.
It does, but they'll be able to hang their head. I mean, they should not hang their head. I mean, they dethroned Buffalo, who's been the champion of that division forever.
Yeah.
And the only difference will be they'll be the hunted next year a little bit rather than the hunters so much. Meanwhile, they know they're going to be the hunted, but I don't think Leonard Williams and the Seattle Seahawks really care. In the best division of football, they were the ones that stood the tallest in the entire NFL. We'll be back.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby.
NFL Primetime is presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes.
The Seattle Seahawks, you don't see a defense like this all the time. We're seeing one of the very, very best. And the dark side wanted a song. I suggest the Rolling Stones. I see a red door, and I want it painted black. That's what they did. They shut the lights off on the New England Patriots. For Booger and Alex, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime. The Seahawks are the Super Bowl champions tonight here in Santa Clara. I've been covering the NFL for a few years, Super Bowls maybe for like 45 of them, 44. And typically when the Super Bowl ends, I sign off for the season, see you in September. But not tonight. Not this time. Tonight, for the very first time, it feels like the first time, it's the handoff. A Super Bowl handoff to ESPN from here in Santa Clara, all the way down the Pacific Coast Highway, all the way to SoFi in LA. So, we turn the page on Super Bowl 60. The countdown already on to Super Bowl 61, the first ever on ESPN. Proud moment for all of us. So now let me hand it off literally to the capable, steady hands of Scott Van Pelt down in LA. Scotty, run with it. The ball is yours.